Ya Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Munatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Subhagrovji. Danda Pranam, Krishna Prabhupada. Hare Krishna devotees, thank you for joining today. So we're reading Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 11, verse number 16. I'll just start with the pranam mantras. I'll share my screen. Okay, there you go.
Can I read the Mangala Charana?
Yes, Mataji, yeah, sure, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnanajana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Enam Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tatati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathavitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakanvitam Cha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधौ दीनबंधौ जगत्पते गोपीसा गोपिका कंठ राधा कंठ नमस्तुते तप्त कंचना गौरंगी राधा वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुत देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपसिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्री वासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा प्रभु जी बैक टू
Hare
प्रभु
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Harini Mataji, for reciting Mangalacharan today. So we'll start with the Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 11, the universal form, the verse number 16. So did we cover 16 yesterday, or we just covered 15?
Oh, only 15, I think.
Only 15. Okay, Prabhu. Okay, thank you. So beautiful verse that Arjuna is speaking. I think still Sanjay is speaking, or is Arjuna Sanak? I think Arjuna is speaking this verse. Let's see. अनेक बहुदार वक्त्र नेत्रं पश्यामि त्वं सर्वतोऽनन्तरूपं न अन्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्तावादिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूपा. Yeah, let's see if anyone else would like to recite, devotees.
I can try, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
अनेको बहुधारो वक्त्रं नेत्रं पश्यामि तं सर्वतो अनन्तरूपं नान्तं न मुद्धयं न पुनस्तावधिं पश्यामि विश्वरूप. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna,
Anyone
Prabhuji.
else?
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
अनेक बहुदार वक्त्रा नेत्रं पश्यामि त्वं सर्वतोऽनन्तरूपं नन्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्तव तवादिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूप. Back to Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else would like to recite devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can
Yes,
recite
Mataji. Yeah.
text 16. अनेकबहुदारभक्त्रानेत्रं पश्यामि त्वं सर्वतोऽनन्तरूपं नन्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्तवादिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूपा. Back to Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else would like to recite devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can try.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
अनेक बहुदरवक्त्र नेत्रं पश्यामि त्वां सर्वतोऽनन्तरूपं नान्तं न मध्यं न पुनस्तवदिं पश्यामि विश्वेश्वर विश्वरूप. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah. Let's have synonyms and translation. Anyone would like to read devotees?
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandatanam, all Krishna. Aneka, many, Bahu, arms, Udara, bellies, Vaktra, mouths, Netram, eyes, Pashyami, I see, Swam, you, Sarvatra, on all sides, Anantarup, unlimited form, Na Antam, no end, Na Madhyam, no middle, Na Puna, nor again, Tava, your, Adim, beginning, Pashyami, I see, Vishveshwara, O Lord of the universe, Vishwarupa, in the form of the universe. Translation, prepared by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes, expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, and no beginning. Thank you. You are
Yeah. Yeah, you can complete the purport, Prabhuji.
small. But Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we'll read 17 and 18 and then together we'll discuss devotees. किरीटिनां गदिनां चक्रिणां च तेजो राशिं सर्वतो दीप्तिमन्तं पश्यामि त्वं दुर्निरीक्ष्यां समन्तात् दीप्तिनालर्कद्युतिम् अप्रमेयम्. Yeah. Anyone else would like to recite devotees?
I can try Prabhuji. কীর্তিনাম গদিনাম চক্রিনাম চ তেজো রাশিম সর্বত দীপ্তিমন্তম পশ্যামি তম দুর্নিকৃষ্যম সমন্তাৎ দীপ্তানলার্ক দ্যুতম অপ্রমেয়ম. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, Roji. Hare Krishna. Anyone else would like to recite devotees?
Yeah, I can try. Thank you, Lord. Kirtinam Garinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rasim Sarvato Deeptimantam Pashyami Tvam Durnirsyam Samatha Diptanalarka Yotim Apramayam. Hare Krishna. Back to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else would like to recite devotees?
I can also try, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees and Nam or Krishna Shri Prabhupada. Kirtinam Gadinam Chakrinam Cha Tejo Rasim Sarvato Deeptimantam Pashyami Kam Durniriksham Samantat Deeptina Larkadutam Aprameyam. Dyutin Aprameyam. Thank you.
Thank you, Subal Prabhu. So let's read synonyms and translation. Devotees, anyone like to read synonyms and translation?
I can read, Prabhu. Kirtinam with helmets, Godinam with maces, Chokinam with disc, Cho and Tejo Rashim, effulgence, Sharbotra on all sides, Dipti Mantam, glowing, Pashami, I see, Tom, you, Durnikrishayam, difficult to see, Shamanat, Montat, everywhere, Dipto Onolo, blazing fire, Orko of the sun, Dyutim, the sunshine, Opromeum, immeasurable. Purport by translation, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivinoda Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki joy. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides like blazing fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet, I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs.
Yeah, thank you, Subal Prabhu. Baldev Prabhu. We'll just read the next verse and then we'll discuss devotees. The last verse for today. Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam tvam asya vishvasya param nidanam tvam avyaya sashvata dharma gopta sanatanastvam purusho mate matome. Anyone else would like to recite?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I can read.
Yes.
Text 18. Hare Krishna. Text 18. Tvam aksharam paramam veditavyam Tvam asya vishvasya param nidhanam Tvam avyaya sashvata dharma gopta Sanatanastvam purusho mato me. Back to Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else would like to recite the devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can try.
Yes, Mataji.
Tvamaksharam paramam vedittavyam Tvamashya vishvasya param nidhanam Tvam avyaya shasvata dharma gopta Sanatanastvam purusho mato me. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else, devotees? Last.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I will also like to try.
Yeah.
Tvam aksharam paramam viditvayam Tvam asya vishvasya param nidhanam Tvam avyasashvata dharma gupta Sanatanastvam purusho mato me. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Yeah. Thank you, Subal Prabhu. So let's read synonyms and translation. There is no purport in this one. Anyone like to read synonyms and translation?
Yeah, I can read.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
Synonyms. Tvam, Tvam, you. Aksharam, the infallible. Paramam, supreme. Vedityam, to be understood. Tvam, you. Asya, of this. Vishwasya, universe. Param, supreme. Nidhanam, places. Tvam, you. Abhyaha, inexhaustible. Sashvata, Dharmagopta, maintainer of the eternal religion. Sanatana, eternal. Tvam, you. Purusha, the supreme personality. Mata, me. Mata, me. This is my opinion. Translation by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. You're the supreme primal object. You're the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You're inexhaustible, and you're the oldest. You're the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. Right. Back to you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Raghu Prabhu. Anything you would like to share, Prabhu?
Yeah, so in these three verses that we read, uh, Arjuna is, in a way offering prayers, and he is describing all the things that he's able to see in the universal form. So in one case, he spoke about seeing the numerous eyes, numerous bodies, uh, and another case he is talking about seeing weapons such as gada and uh, mace and so on. All the different, here listed somewhere, I cannot see it right now. But anyway, so the thing is that there's also a blazing kind of effulgence, a glaring effulgence, that's what it's called. And yes, within that, he's able to see the form. And the only reason for that is because Krishna has given him this special benediction to still be able to see it. So ordinarily, it's impossible to see. All you'll see is a very bright effulgence, as much as 1,000 suns, as it was previously described. So yeah, and here it says that he was adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. So there's a uh, uh, yeah, and then the first one about body and arms and legs and mouth, several eyes, and so on. So, and bellies, uh, yeah. So he's praising him as the Lord of the universe. It's a sight that for it is bewildering. And Arjuna has a totally different attitude now. Although he was a friend, now he has so much respect and he's in awe, he's wonderstruck, and he's in awe of the Supreme Lord. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Very nice, Prabhu. I think you very nicely summarized. So the emotions and feelings and Arjuna's even reverence is also coming out in terms of prayers. Yeah, very nicely summarized. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we'll discuss. I'll just share some thoughts, and then we'll discuss what Arjuna is covering the topics. So in this chapter, it's Arjuna wanted to see visually how Krishna is manifesting in each and every in this universe into moving and non-moving. Chara achara, like so. Chara is moving, achara is non-moving. So basically, whatever we see in this material world, some are moving, they are living entities. Some are not moving. In the future they may move. Like the trees are called pada. They actually eat from the feet. The roots go deep, and then they take energy from the soil. So they are called in the Srimad Bhagavatam. There are different kinds of living entities explained. Some have two legs like human beings. Some have four legs like bees, and some have multiple legs like the spiders and things like that. So some they don't have legs, but they actually eat from their so-called feet. Like the trees. And then some are non-moving, like mountains and the rocks. So chara and achara, like both. So Arjuna wanted to understand how are you manifesting in this whole creation, moving and non-moving. I would like to see that form. So now Krishna is just like I was sharing this before. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, in the Markandeya Rishi wanted to see how is the Lord's Maya works, and then Lord actually shows a little bit of sample of how the Maya works, and then he becomes completely bewildered. So that is where that Lord Krishna is sitting in a baby form on a big leaf in a far away place in a sand, and then he was seeing that vision, and he was immediately sucked into the mouth of Lord Krishna. Like that's the whole thing is very bewildering for him. So like that, even Arjuna wanted to see, and Arjuna is basically wanted all of us to understand that Krishna is supreme. So now Arjuna is witnessing all this, and it is not actually that he is imagining; he is witnessing reality. Reality. They say visual reality, right? So this is not just visual reality; this is real reality. So it's happening in front of Arjuna's eyes, and all his hairs are standing on end. He was praying praying these prayers in front of Krishna with so much awe and reverence. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there are many, many prayers comes. I think devotees were reciting Bhishma Dev Stuti, Bhishma prayers, and Kunti prayers, and then the Gajendra's prayers. There are many, many prayers that comes in Srimad Bhagavatam. So each of these prayers, the mood is different. So Mother Kunti's prayers, the mood is very different. She was feeling so much emotionally connected. Krishna, even though Krishna is playing the part of my relative, but Kunti says that actually he is actually Adokshaja. He is the Lord of the universe. He is just covering everybody with Maya and just acting as if he's related cousin, brother, and all the relative. So just before departing, Krishna actually pays obeisances to Mother Kunti as a matter of courtesy. So because they're related, his father is father's sister. So obviously he is paying respects. And then as soon as Krishna sits on the chariot, and Mother Kunti started reciting these prayers, and she was spontaneously saying so many things about Krishna. Krishna's beauty and Krishna's qualities and Krishna's opulence, and then Krishna's protection. She says that Krishna, that we've been attacked by so many problems, but every time you actually saved us. And then she even says that I would like to have those calamities come again, so that you will come and save us. I'll get to see you. I'll get to have your darshan. So like that, here Arjuna's mood is so much in even reverence, so much in like struck with wonder. So we can see that Raghu Prabhu described very nicely that the mood has changed from the mood of Sakhya Bhav to Dashya Bhav and like Ascharya, like in the mood of wonder, even reverence, wonder, like that. So today, starting from the verse number 16, Arjuna is witnessing that. So Aneka Bahu Udara means belly, Vaktra Netram, so the mouths and eyes. So many wonderful, beautiful eyes, and like unlimited. He is Ananta Rupam. So in the Brahma also says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachitananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So in the other verse, he says, Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayabvanam cha Vedeshu Durlabam Madurlabam Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So Lord has unlimited forms. Basically in the Brahma Samhita, he says, Ramadi Murti Sukala Niyame Nitistan Nana Avataram Akurod means very unlimited crores and crores of forms. And the example is given just like the bubbles in the ocean, so many forms are coming out from the Supreme Lord. So Ananta Rupam. So Ramadi Murtishu, like beginning from Lord Rama, there are so many unlimited forms. But that form of Krishna, which is the Shama Shundara form, is the origin of all the forms, and then Lord Brahma is paying obeisances to that form. So when the Vishwarupa was shown to Duryodhana, like actually Duryodhana wanted to capture Krishna, so he was so foolish that he thought, I can just capture Krishna and then that will be the end of the his competition for the getting the kingdom. So with that plan, he just made arrangement when Krishna came as a messenger to basically have a talk between Pandavas and Kauravas. So he made a plan to capture Krishna. At that time, what happened? Krishna showed a partial Vishwarupa, partial Vishwarupa. So that time he could not, the soldiers could not see where is the beginning, where is the end. How can I going to capture this person? He doesn't have a beginning, he doesn't have an end. So that time also Krishna showed partial Vishwarupa. So like that here also Arjuna is explaining na antam na madhyam na punastavadim. There is no beginning, there is no end, there is no middle. So there's so unlimited. And finally he is saying, Pashyami, I'm seeing, I'm witnessing this. O Vishwarupa, O Vishveshwara. So these are all names of Vishwa Ishwara. So Ishwara means controller. Vishwa means the universe. So he is the controller of the universe. So, there are many, many controllers, right? So even in my office, I have a boss, he is controlling me. So like that, there are many, many controllers. But ultimately, there is a supreme controller who controls everything. So he is the supreme controller. So that is why Prabhupada always used to say, we are all Brahman, that is fine, that there is Parabrahman also. We are all Atma, there is Paramatma also. And we are all Ishvara, but there is Parameshvara also. So we may be controlling, in our little capacity, but there is a supreme controller who controls everything. So when he has to withdraw the control from us, he can easily do it by just taking the power of our hands and legs. So that is why Prabhupada used to say one time, you are so proud that you have all this, this body is working efficiently, but as soon as the power to move your hands and legs is taken, then pretty much we can't do anything. So that is why Lord is invested with everyone certain powers, certain energies, certain controlling tendencies. That if that is dovetailed in Krishna's service, then it is perfectly utilized. Otherwise, some time it's going to be taken away, and that time we will not have this utilities to even connect back with Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita in chapter Krishna says that. So there is a demoniac and divine and demoniac qualities. So there's a chapter that where Krishna says that Arjuna, you're born with divine qualities, but those who are demoniac, I cast them into lower species, though, so that gradually they cannot approach me. So this is a warning for any living entity who misuses their independence and tries to lord it over the material nature, like these demoniac tendencies. When it goes worse, then we will go to such species of life. It is very hard to approach Krishna. So that is why even demigods sometimes they try to pray that they want to be born in the material world, in the earth planet, especially as a human form, so that they can have this capacity to connect with the Lord through the Bhakti Yoga process, and through the service they want to connect to the Lord. So, and then Prabhupada just gives one liner. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and is unlimited. Thus, through him, everything could be seen. So Arjuna is, witnessing everything just in that, just by standing on the chariot. In Krishna is also right there, and in Krishna is showing him everything. He is not going to different places to witness everything. He's not going to Devaloka, or he's not going to Brahmaloka to see Brahma, or he is not going to Kailash to see Lord Shiva. Everything Krishna is showing in one place. That is the power that Krishna has. He can manifest any form at any time, at any capacity. So, so this one liner is so powerful that one time Prabhupada was praising Mother, the Saraswati small girl, who is the daughter of Shwamashundar. He was saying that she's preaching. Knows that she is preaching, and he was praising that. Prabhupada said she is going to everyone and saying Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. that is real preaching, he said. So, so basically, this one word, one line can actually make you a preacher. That if you just understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and just tell people Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that itself is a great preaching. So, because in every purport, Prabhupada wanted to establish Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So that is the, when some people were asking Prabhupada, what is your mission? He said, I just want to establish Krishna is the God, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. He is the source of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when people can understand that fact, then naturally they'll become pious, they'll become good, they'll understand more about God, they'll get divine qualities. So the more and more they'll become pious, and also the more and more they'll become fortunate. So, so and then Arjuna is changing his mood from the form, and then he is also expressing that how there is a effulgence and a blazing fire, like Prabhuji was saying, and it is he's witnessing Pashyami. He is witnessing at the same time. He's also saying Durnirikshyam. So it is saying is very difficult to see. So this Vishwarupa is not attractive for anyone to get pleasure from. It is actually it is like seeing the boss in a very a busy mood. So they're like, if you see the boss is working very hard and he's in a very busy mood, you don't want to witness. So you want to see a boss which is smiling and which is playing. So like Krishna, when he is working, he is in the universal form. Is very difficult to witness. There's so many things going on in the universal form. And every day, if you look at it, out of this 7 billion people, every day some millions of people are dying, millions of people are born. So this is a fact that we have to accept. And it's not something that is easy to digest. It is very difficult to digest. Seeing somebody die and seeing somebody born is also difficult, because there will be such extreme pain when during the birth is also. So that is why both birth and death is both painful. But birth, we take it as actually a blessing, because the soul is coming into our life. But the death is soul is leaving. So that is painful from our perspective. But the birth is painful from the jiva's perspective. The jiva takes extreme pain before he comes to this planet. So both are painful. So now, so Arjuna is saying, I am hardly able to witness this. There is the Dipta Anala. Anala means fire, and then Dipta means blazing fire. So this blazing fire, nobody wants to see blazing fire, right? So you want to see cool shine, moonshine. Today is cool moonshine. Today, tomorrow is full moon day. So we want to see something cool. But in this case, Arjuna is witnessing something very, very effulgent and glowing, and it's making him to feel all kinds of these emotions and feelings, and it's very difficult to witness. And he's also seeing many, many Kiritinam, Gadinam, Chakrinam. So the Lord is, always has helmets, and he has maces, Gada, and then Chakri, the chakra. So the Lord always carries Chanka Chakra Gada Padma, Dari. So when Bhishma Dev he glorifies Lord Vishnu as Sasanka Chakram Sakirita Kundalam Sapita Vastram Sarasiru Yekshanam Saharavakshastala Kaustubastriyam Namami Vishnum Sirasha Chaturbhujam. So Lord is always, with the Chaturbhujam form, and then the Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, Kaustubha Mani, that yellow garments. These are how the Lord is described in the Shastra. So even Bhishmadev describes in a similar way. So here also we can see that the Lord has not just one helmet, one mace, but there are unlimited helmets and unlimited maces. So and then in the verse number 18, now he's describing the Lord about his the supreme nature. How the Lord's supreme nature. Now he's witnessed the universal form. Now Arjuna is giving his opinion. Okay, what am I seeing? What does he feels like? What does he think about it? So now he is giving specific words to describe the greatness of the universal form or greatness of Krishna. So now we can understand that Krishna as a person is Sachitananda Vigraha form, and he is showing the universal form. So it's not the other way around, right? So generally, the impersonalists give more value to the universal form and less value to the form of the Lord, the two-handed form of the Lord. But we can understand that the entire power of the universe rests on that two-handed form. And from that, he can show anything. He can show to Arjuna Vishwarupa, he can show to Arjuna the Narayana Rupa, or the Lord Shiva's form, Lord Brahma's form. So that two-handed form of Krishna is much more powerful and is the source of all power is bestowed in that two-handed form. To understand that is very difficult. So that is why we can understand only with love. In the Shastra it says only with love, bhaktya, bhaktya, bhaktya. Only through bhakti. So that is the reason that Lord cannot be understood. Is because his powers are unlimited. We can understand him through love. So why through love? Because when we love someone, then we can actually have that the mood to understand his greatness. When we have envy, we cannot even understand anything. Like the teacher is teaching something, when we are envious about the teacher, how can we understand? We cannot understand more than what the teacher understands. So in the material world, even in the schools also they teach, like take an apple to the teacher. In the Christian culture, they have this taking an apple in the school and giving it to the teacher, to establish that relationship with the teacher, so that whatever the teacher is teaching with love, they can understand. So the material knowledge is like that. What about the spiritual knowledge? The spiritual knowledge, you cannot even access that knowledge without the relationship. The basic relationship is a little bit of that respect, that mood of respect, and then asking questions. So that's why the Tatviddi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattvadarshinaha. So with that mood of that asking questions in a submissive mood is most important than all of your knowledge and expertise, because that submissive mode is what actually the patra means, the basis of receiving that knowledge. So in the Sanskrit they call patra, like patra means the vessel, right? So when you go to if you see any person taking charity, he will have a vessel to accept the charity. So that real vessel to accept the knowledge is basically humility and submissiveness. So with humility, with submissiveness, we can ask any question to teacher. The teacher will be able to explain to us. And then when we render more service, that submissiveness gets deeper and deeper. And then we can understand more and more. So the same principle applies to Krishna also, because Krishna is a supreme teacher and he's also supreme Lord. So the both. So he's the Adi Guru. So now Arjuna is saying that, so Aksharam Paramam Veditavyam. So he is saying that, Lord, actually, you are the supreme to be understood. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that, Sarvasya chaham hridhi sannivishto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaisya sarvam ahameva vedyo vedanta krit vedavit eva chaham. So I am actually the compiler of Vedas. Of reading all Vedas, one should actually come to understand me. So similarly, Arjuna is also concluding that actually you have to be understood. You are that infallible supreme. So infallible and fallible, there are two words, right? So aksharam. So infallible means everything in this material world, it is basically taking different kinds of transformations, right? So it takes birth, it grows, it produces byproducts, it dwindles and perishes. So if all this changes, vikara, it's taking all this changes, but something which cannot be, which is not changing and which cannot be defeated, which cannot actually perish, which cannot be, like if there is something that's called infallible. So no one can actually defeat such a person. Krishna is always victorious. Such a person is called infallible. So now here Arjuna is praising Krishna as infallible, and he's also saying the basis of everything. Everything is resting on the basis of Krishna. So Krishna is just like one of the verses. Krishna says that if you take one pearl necklace, the thread is actually holding the whole necklace. And each pearl is just thread on the thread, just like the garland we make. There is a thread. So thread is not visible. The flowers are visible, but that thread is what is holding the entire garland. Similarly, in the universal form, in the whole universe, we cannot see Krishna, but Krishna is the basis. Everything is holding together. So the atom, if you see the atom, there is people say there is the electron, proton, so many things. But Krishna knows how everything is holding together because of his energies. Everything is holding together, and he is also inexhaustible. So it's not like in the material world, every resource is exhaustible. So people are very conscious about using the resources, but Krishna's energies are inexhaustible, and we have this idea about the Isha Upanishad starts with that invocation prayer. Ishavashyam idam sarvam, not that verse. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avasishyate. So that word Purnam, complete, right? So that Krishna is actually complete, and from him the many complete wholes emanate from him. Those are also complete. So that Purnam, so Krishna is inexhaustible. Like even millions of complete forms come out of him, still he is complete. So that's inexhaustible. And he's also mentioned as Dharma Gopta. So this word is very interesting. Arjuna is maintaining. So he's the one who maintains the eternal religion. And Sanatana Tvam Purusha Matome. So Purusha, again, this word Purusha is also very unique. We are all Prakriti. Even the so-called male in this material world is also Prakriti, feminine. So the only Purusha is the Supreme Lord who maintains everything. But we get a different form, male form and female form in this material world, basically according to our desires, according to our karma. So the real Purusha, or the real person, the maintainer is the Supreme Lord. So that's why Lord is also called Purusha. And Arjuna is just concluding that, oh, this is my opinion, this is my verdict. So Hare Krishna. This concludes the today's verse number 18. So let's see if there are any discussion, devotees. Hare Krishna. Anyone would like to share anything, or just anything you would like to share on this topic today? 3 verses.
Harisha Prabhuji, you very nicely explained. So in details on these 3 small topics, small topics in terms of size, but is a very vast.
Yes.
So Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita that Ham Sarvasya Prabhava Matta Sarvam Prabhatate. Everything comes from him and everything rests in him. So whatever the universal form or opulences we see, that everything comes from him only. And he's the person who can show this form, and he can also take everything in him, and he can be a little Krishna chastised by Mother Yashoda, and he's running in fear of him. So it's only possible by Krishna only, who is the supreme personal Godhead, showing universal form, and as well as baby form, who is chewing his beak too. So very nicely explained, Prabhuji. And one point I just forgot. So if I remember again, I can share. Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, yeah, on the that is that form is called. There is a name for Krishna sucking his toes. There is a name for it. I forgot the name.
Vatapatra Sai Prabhuji.
Vatapatra Sai. Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Baldev Prabhu. Any other thoughts? Anyone else would like to share devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Then yes, Prabhuji, wonderfully explained. As you know, I was also contemplating when you said the pearls of the string, wonderfully made. And here actually we can see that, uh, Arjuna is saying of the form of the universe, the Vishwarupa. Oh Lord, the universe and the origin of the universal form, the Vishweshwara. As you said, everyone is Ishvara in some way. Sometimes you're just Ishvara, in your own home. But as you mentioned, Krishna is Parameshwara. He is the Ishvara of all the Ishvaras. And Arjuna says that I see unlimited form, Ananta Rupam, many arms, bellies, mouths. It was overwhelming for Arjuna to see, because he was not seeing any beginning, middle, or end. So it was Arjuna says it is very difficult for me to see you, because you are glowing like a sun, millions of suns, right? And adorned with crowns, clubs, discs, glaring effulgence spreading all the sides, and immeasurable radiance like a blazing fire of the sun. So, but that's why devotees would like to see his three folded Tribhanga Shamasundara form. And as you often make Kshara Akshara, so I mean, we're all Akshara, and Krishna is Akshara, he's infallible. And so even the liberation seekers, everything, I mean, of course, we see that, as Raghu Prabhu mentioned, the whole mood of Lord Arjuna changed, because until now he was, of course, they were sleeping together, eating together, so he was in that Sakya Rasa. But now, after seeing this form, he's completely saying that you are the supreme primeval objective, ultimate resting place of all the universes, not just one. And of course, he's showing this universal form. And he's inexhaustible, the oldest, and the maintainer of everyone, every religion. So in this way, he was actually seeing all the demigods, living entities assembled in the form of the Lord. And he was seeing, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, all the sages, Narada Muni, the serpents, all the munis, everything, all the incarnations. So in that way, he was able to glorify the Lord, and also would like to, I think, see the Shamsundara form. That's my understanding. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Subal Prabhuji, for sharing those thoughts. Thank you.
Actually, Prabhuji, the 17 bars is the source of making the atom bomb. So Oppenheimer, after reading this, and said that the glaring effulgence spreading on all sides, like blazing fire or even immeasurable radiance. So from there, he found the source that there's something in this matter world somebody saw, and it is possible to make it. So he made the fusion of the atomic energy and made the atom bomb.
That Kalos me verses also they mentioned.
Yes.
Right?
After right away, he ignited or that, and it came out like a huge, big fireball. Then Kaloshmi, what was the birds? Kalhoshmi, Mritu, I forgot.
Sarva Harashaham, yeah, right? Mystery.
Here only. ও কালো অশ্মি লোক ক্ষয়কৃত প্রবৃদ্ধ. So that verse he right away recited.
Yeah, I think whatever you want to get inspired, Krishna inspires through different ways. He wanted autumn bomb, so he got that. Thank you, Prabhuji. Any other devotees would like to share anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji, for very wonderfully explaining these three verses. So, Supreme Lord is by Himself, of Himself, for Himself. That is Bhagavan. So, as you explained, that Krishna is so vast, so wide, and He is supreme. His supremacy is everywhere, and still He is very merciful to His devotees. And as Arjuna requested to see, that's why he was showing some glimpses, and that Arjuna's rasa transferred from Sakya to wonder, to secondary rasa. But Arjuna did not get fearful. He was like wandering, but he was not nervous or not feeling like, oh, what I'm seeing, but he was wandering. So Krishna's mercy is very profound. He is very merciful to his devotees, and so that's why devotee likes his Sham Sundara form, 200 Sham Sundara form, and doesn't want to see his universal form. But he is in everything, and everything emanates from Krishna, emanates from Krishna. So that's so beautifully you explain. So Prabhuji, thank you so much for that. And also Krishna is called Adhukshaja. Adhukshaja means he is beyond the all material conception. But he in his external energy, all the material creations happens according to his will. The creation, destruction, everything happens according to his wills. So it's so wondering that Prabhuji, thank you so much for explaining his opulences, limitless, unlimited opulences. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Rashwati Mataji. Those very nice comments you shared. Yeah, Krishna Shamsundar form is so beautiful that we have to come to the point of understanding that after we understand the 9 cantos, we can relish the 10th canto. So I'm not even I'm still beginning to understand a little bit about first canto still. So Krishna's it is said that, I mean, Krishna himself says that one has to come to the point of completely pious. So there is no trace of any sinful tendencies remaining in that person. At that time, he becomes a Drudhavrata, right? So hopefully I can come someday. I can relish. So there are seven indirect rasas, right? Harshya, Adbhuta, wonder, and then Virya Rasha, Raudram, Karunam, Bhayanakam, and Bibhatsa, horror. So in this, Arjuna is experiencing that Adbhuta Rasa, and then Lord's in the Kala Rupa is also seeing the Bhayanaka, fearful Rasa. So these are all secondary rasas that we can exchange, but the primaries are, of course, the five primary rasas. Those are actually the main ones. So, I mean, whatever, basically, even Lord, when Lord actually has a fighting spirit with like Narasimhadev and Hiranyakashipu, even though it's ghastly, it's a Virya Rasa that Lord is experiencing. From Lord's perspective, he doesn't get anger at all. So there is no scope of any. It's just everything Lord does is basically Rasa, but from our perspective, it's different. So yeah, like you explained, it's it's a different emotions and feelings that Arjuna is going through. Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Any other devotees would like to share anything? Yeah, if not, we'll conclude today's session then. Thank you very much, devotees. वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ग्रंथराज
Jai.
भगवत गीता की
Jai.
जय। Thank you very much, devotees.
So, Prabhuji, tomorrow you will doing the Zoom live from the Tulsi Shila Shalagram Vivaho Katha.
Oh, you okay? So yeah, tomorrow I don't know if the program is still intact.
Is in technology, there is that. So when the Katha starts, please Zoom it.
Yeah, sure, Guruji, yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Tomorrow is Nainibram Prabhu's.
Yes.
Okay.
You can Zoom from there.
Sure, Guruji, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
What time will it be at?
Around,
Timing would-
I mean, depending on the timings.
I think
will be
around 6:37, Prabhuji.
From 7 o'clock or something.
Yeah. But
Okay,
Prabhuji
so
said
we-
it will come like 5:30, but everything will come because it's a working day, right? So
Yeah.
Tomorrow is the Paurnami, right? Tomorrow,
yes, Prabhuji, tomorrow is the last day, Purnami.
Kartik Paurnami, yeah, very auspicious. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you for reminding me, Prabhuji. Yeah, sure.
Thank
Prabhuji Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
you. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.